live from Oahu, Mike Taylor.
Yeah. It is Ass Whip Tuesday. One last day from this effing hellscape. This beautiful hellscape. This place where if you don't have a car and your children are in school and you don't make $250,000 a day, it's hard to maneuver. One last day, and thank God, headed back home, bro chacho. I'll be back home for tomorrow's show. One last show today, and then off to San Antonio, Texas. And boy, it's a good ender to the 7-8 days I've been out here seeing kids. That's the good part, seeing kids. It's all the other shit logistically that you have to do around here that makes it hard when you don't have wheels, and and you're spending money left and right. So I'm ready to get home, and it's been a long, arduous 7-8 days. But seeing the babies has made it worth it. But it's a fitting end of the week out here, with it being Ass Whip Tuesday. Here's my ass whip. I got to tread lightly here because, well, I don't want people to think that I support showing your wiener to women, because I don't. Well, unless they want you to. If a girl asks you to show her your boner, awesome. Good for both of you. If you do it unsolicited, that makes you a pervert, and you probably can't play point guard for my team. Here's where I'm going today with my ass whip. Saw some video that got out. I saw this on InsideTheSpurs.com, the Sports Illustrated Spurs website that I write columns for. Somebody on there had a piece this morning that showed some video of Josh Primo. You remember him, Taint Spur Josh Primo, who was cut last year for showing his ecker with a P to women, including the Spurs' former team psychologist, Dr. Hillary Coffin. So I saw some video of Primo, and he was not running around with his schlong out. He was on a court playing pickup games with a bunch of guys in the NBA. Josh Primo is not out there running through pickup games with guys that play in the NBA for fun. Josh Primo's out there playing in pickup games with a bunch of guys in the NBA here in this summer off season, because that dude wants back in the NBA. He wants back in the league. And so therein lies my ass whip. Why did he have to be a pervert? Why did he have to force the Spurs to get rid of him? As we all know, and the doctor, Coffin, filed a lawsuit last year, says that the Spurs completely ignored her claims, covered up whatever you want to say, with regards to Primo showing his wiener to her in their therapy sessions. I don't mean to smile. She's fine. She got paid. So she files a lawsuit. She gets the great Rusty Hardin involved. I think it was Rusty Hardin. No, it was Tony Busby, the crazy Aggie lawyer from Houston. She gets Tony Busby involved. They run the Spurs through the mud in public for 2 or 3 days, and it goes away because the Spurs cut checks. So that was it. Josh Primo does dumb shit. Team psychiatrist files a lawsuit. Spurs make cut checks. She drops lawsuit. Haven't heard a word from her since. Josh Primo's been cut. Haven't heard a word from him since. Fast forward to now, and here he is doing workouts this summer with guys in the NBA. Will he find a job? I have no idea. Will the Spurs entertain re-signing him? Of course they won't. They can't. What if he's back in the NBA next year or the year after and he's kicking ass? God almighty. That's an ass whip. And it's his fault. I'm not saying the Spurs shouldn't have cut him. It just sucks. I'm not saying he was the next Tony Parker, but let's be real. Trey Jones, he ain't the starting point guard for the Spurs if Josh Primo hadn't have been a pervert. And now here's Primo, who's never been suspended, by the way, or charged with anything, trying to come back. And teams will take a chance on a guy pretty much no matter what if he can play. If Josh Primo really can play, if he really can be a solid starting point guard in the NBA, he's going to wind up with a job. You can only imagine how good Primo might have been here with Victor Wembanyama. What an ass whip. It's on him. The Spurs had to do what they did, and that sucks. LG, you got an ass whip today?
Yeah, my ass whip is the price of airfare right now is whipping my ass. It's freaking astronomical, dude. Like, to get anywhere outside of the USA is crazy, ridiculously high compared to what it was maybe 2 years ago.
You're trying to go to Tokyo, aren't you?
Yeah, or other places, but yeah, Tokyo's pretty high priced right now. I would love to go there, but
What have you found? Like, what does it cost?
well, I mean, it's up 1,300 and up,
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's for like not good layovers either. That's like 2 stops and like 3-4 hour layovers here or there.
Yeah.
And
Where did you when you went to Japan before? How much was it then?
I think it was only like like 900 or something like that, or like right at
Damn,
1,000.
yeah.
And then there were quick flights too. It was like Houston and then direct to Tokyo, or like from here to LA and then Tokyo.
Yeah, man. Dude, try going to Hawaii every 60 days. I feel your pain,
Hawaii
bro.
is actually cheaper though. It's like if you fly through LA or something like that, so like a West Coast destination, it's only like $400. See,
Yeah, I mean,
I game the system with points, so I've got a bunch of airline
Yeah.
miles because I churn miles with credit cards. I just I buy everything with credit cards just so I can get the airline miles. And so
Yeah.
I'll do stuff like I'll take Southwest to LA so I can get a one-way from there to Tokyo. But even that right now is crazy high. So that's a huge ass whip. I think
Well,
they're taking advantage of people traveling again. They're calling it revenge
Sure.
travel because the pandemic's over with. All the countries are opened up again. And, there's no restrictions. And everyone's like, yeah, I got to make up for, 3 years of not doing anything. And,
Yeah.
anyway.
Dude, there's so much of the United States I've still not seen. And because
Me too.
flights are getting crazy anymore, I mean, I keep threatening to get in a car and drive to, Yosemite or someplace up in Washington. Like, I've never really seen the great Southwest. Like, I've been to Montana, I've been to Seattle, I've been to Portland, but I've not been
Mhm.
to the countrysides of those areas. Like, I'd like to go to Wyoming. I'd like to go to Yellowstone, places like that. I've never even been to the Grand Canyon. So, because it's expensive to leave the country, I've thought about taking some roadies just to, like, I don't know, Yellowstone, Yosemite, see some national parks.
Yeah.
We're gonna take Labor Day off, I think, right? Speaking of getting out of town, and LG and I were talking
Yeah.
about, yeah,
Programming note there.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're allowed to take days off on this damn podcast, and I think we'll take off Labor Day. I've been so paranoid to take days off because we're starving and trying to
Well,
eat, but
it's a corporate holiday,
yes,
it's a
absolutely, and
recognized
most of our
United
viewers will
State
be off.
holiday,
Yeah,
It's
and viewers
Labor
will be
Day.
off too. So yeah, cool. Speaking of Thunderdome, love you boys hard. Please become a member of our podcast. Feel free to subscribe to this thing. Build our subscriber numbers. It's absolutely free to subscribe. Although we beseech you and beg you to become a member. That is only $6 an hour. As soon as I get home, we're going to start doing some members only stuff. I've actually put a list together with things that I've not told LG about that I'm going to tell him soon.
Yeah,
On
we got
things I
some
want to do for
responses to
members.
the poll I put up on your YouTube page about what type of member content we should do, and it
All
seems
right.
like the people have spoken. Most of them don't give a shit about members only, and that was one of the options. And the rest of them, the winner was a show where you respond and react to comments live. That's what's winning out right now. Over 50
Okay.
votes are in, and that's the
All right.
majority.
You can do that. Yeah. I don't love doing that. That's the
Exactly.
equivalent of taking calls. And I've said forever, nothing fucks up a good talk show like taking a bunch of calls. However, on occasion, with us in control, we can pick the better ones. I
Mhm.
agree with you. We should do something like that, and hopefully, because we're in control of the content, it'll spur better content rather than taking a call from some dipshit down in Laredo who wants to know, what I think the Spurs record's going to be this year. Shit like that.
Yeah,
I
I
I
think
have no
that
problem.
same dipshit drove to the station to give you his message for pop.
Yeah. Yeah. I have no problem taking calls or responding to emails and tweets and stuff as long as I can control which ones we respond to. That being said, because I got to maintain this show and keep this thing somewhat decent, and I got to make everybody happy, including our partners like San Antonio City Soccer Club, the official soccer club of Thunderdome in San Antonio, Texas. Well, certainly Mike Taylor Live. Is my boys and girls over at the San Antonio City Soccer Club. They have over 1,500 students, kids that play in that league, and we need sponsors. We got two now. We need 8, so we're 6 short. We've got the Methodist Hospital System. They stepped up and sponsored one of the fields this year. We've got Sunburst Gymnastics. They've stepped up and sponsored one of the fields this year. We need 6 more. Thousands of people go to these games. They will see your company, your name, whatever you want to put on one of these pitches. It's nowhere near as expensive as you might think. Reach out to me, and I will give you information on how to become a sponsor. Or maybe your kid wants to play soccer. They go from age 4 all the way to college age, from just, honeybee soccer, running around chasing a ball with no aim, all the way to, big-time traveling tournaments and stuff. Hit me up for information on the official soccer league of Thunderdome, the San Antonio City Soccer Club. Okay, speaking of the kids.
I see you had a
college kids.
A couple audience members walk by there, huh?
Dude, just really want to get back home, LG. Just really need to get back in the studio.
So
really need to do that.
Let's before you go on, where are you? It looks amazing. I mean, all I see is like tropical paradise in the reflection behind you.
Well, it's pretty. I mentioned that it's beautiful. It's just full of whack jobs, and it's crowded and overpriced.
All right.
I am in a town called Kailua, and I'm kind of trespassing, to be honest with you.
Well, it looks like you're in a public space.
It's a restaurant, and I'm sitting in seats that are on the property of the restaurant. Although that was weird that 2 people just walked by.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting at tables that are owned by the restaurant, and you technically have to walk onto their property to sit here. And it says tables for patrons only, but they're closed today. They're not open.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm good. I
think you'll be all right.
I might or might not be. Okay.
And if you get kicked out like while you're doing the show, it'll be funny. So.
Yeah, it would be funny. Yeah. So I'm at a restaurant. It's an Indian dessert restaurant. It's called Doba, D-O-B-A. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I like Indian food,
what
but
an
the desserts
Indian
are
dessert
shit.
would be. What is an Indian dessert?
I don't know. All the ones I've ever had were dog shit. I love their food, but their desserts are awful. I'm not like any of the ones I've had so far. All right. Where were we? Some college notes. SMU. And I'm doing this for Jeff Traylor because that's my boy, because I worry about Jeff Traylor. I worry about his psyche. I worry about his mentality over there, stuck in the lower rungs of the American Athletic Conference, begging for more money, needing more help, needing more NIL money, needing better facilities. My man Traylor. So I saw today where the ACC is rounding third base on getting Cal, Stanford, and SMU to the ACC, which would be good. Because I don't want to compete with SMU because we can't compete with we can compete with North Texas. We can compete with Rice. We can't compete with SMU because they've got a shit ton of money with their NIL. SMU's only going to get better and better, which is why they're getting invited by the ACC. SMU's going to go play with Florida State and Clemson, unless Florida State and Clemson leave that damn conference. But anyway, you see what I'm saying. So SMU might just spend 1 year more in the American Athletic Conference, and then they're probably going to bail, which means that the Roadrunners would only have to deal with SMU for a year, and that's good. With everything so volatile right now, with everything still so up in the frickin' air, UTSA just needs to keep on plugging. Although I did see today in the paper where the Express News did some research, and of the 14 schools that are currently in the American Athletic Conference, that's changing, but of the 14 schools currently in UTSA's conference, UTSA is 10th in recruiting budget. That is low class. That is the hood. That is the poor neighborhood. That ain't even blue collar. That's the ghetto. 10th, and by the way, there's 14 schools in that conference, but Navy doesn't count because you have to be you have to be a midshipman. You have to be in the academy to go to Navy, so that doesn't count. So basically, UTSA is 10th out of 13th in recruiting budget, and that ain't good. Not at all. Shit, Rice is, so we're 10th in the conference. Hell, Rice is 7th. We have to have a higher recruiting budget than Rice. Rice sucks. Almost said blows. Rice blows. And SMU's 5th. So here's SMU, who's being recruited away into another conference already, and they're still just 5th in recruiting budget in this conference. Memphis has a recruiting budget well over a million bucks, and we only have a recruiting budget just over 600,000. That's got to change. I saw that today. My other hot college opinion as we now get ready for college games this week. Hell, we had 2 college games this weekend that mattered. When Vanderbilt played, they played Hawaii. USC played, Notre Dame played. But we got a full slate of college games this week. Texas. Speaking of Rice, the Longhorns are getting ready to play Rice. I saw where Steve Sarkisian said he was surprised to hear the Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yarmark rooting against UT. We talked about this the other day. Yormark was speaking to Texas Tech. He got caught up in the emotion of it, and he told Tech coach Joey McGuire, take care of business when you play Texas, because, the Longhorns were leaving at the end of the season. And Sarkisian was asked about that, and he said he was surprised that Yormark would say that. Oh, come on, man. Practice what you preach, Sark. Sark's been the one saying that he wants all the players to take an us against the world mentality. Everybody hates us. Embrace the hate on the way out the door, headed to the SEC. He needs to practice what he preaches. Sark should embrace the hate. You want to hear that. Let the commissioner talk shit about you. Good. That just makes it more motivating to go out and beat everybody's ass this year. Love to hear it. Love to hear your Mark talking crap about UT. Take care of business. Good. Let them take care. Good. Let everybody talk shit. Practice what you preach. You want your players to have the us against the world, embrace the hate mentality. You should too, even from the commissioner. All right. Let's do a little Taylor Trash, shall we? I got a good story. It is time for Taylor Trash on Mike Taylor Live. All right, this is an explosive story. So last week, right before I flew out here to the Hellscape, I think it was the day before I flew to the Hellscape. It was last Sunday, and I flew out here last Monday. It was actually late Saturday night, right? So Nina and I were chilling. We're watching TV. We're in bed, falling asleep, And the phone rang, and she didn't recognize the number. And like most people, if she doesn't recognize the number, she's not going to get it. And she rarely gets calls at this is probably 10:30, 10:45 at night. And she almost never gets any calls that time of night, especially from numbers she doesn't recognize unless it's a wrong number. Didn't think it would be a telemarketer because, telemarketers normally don't call at 11 o'clock at night. So she let it ring, whatever. She let it ring. Well, the person leaves a voicemail. So she's like, they left this voicemail. I go, I'm not, listen to it. And so Nina, she listens to her voicemail, and it's a woman on the other end of the line. And the woman goes in this real weird sounding voice, like, Nina. And I have to do this face when saying it, Nina, to make it, because you could just picture some crazy lady. The voicemail goes, Nina, I just found out you've been sleeping with my husband. That's not funny. You're going to pay for this. And then hangs up on her. Okay. Nina's like, what the hell? And she plays it for me. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. And Nina's like, dude, I swear I haven't been cheating on you. I'm like, I believe you, baby. I believe you haven't been cheating. I wasn't worried about that. I'm worried about some lady trying to kill you over it. So, okay. Maybe this woman thinks Nina's doing things with her husband, because how people get crazy when they suspect that their loved one's cheating on them, By the way, is the sun shining too bright in my face, LG? The sun just popped out.
No, it looks cool.
Okay, cool. So I'm thinking, how people get whenever they think that their spouse is cheating on them, they go crazy and they start going through Rolodex and shit, wondering who it might be. Maybe this chick's husband liked a tweet that Nina put out 2 weeks ago or something or whatever. maybe it's some dude from 3 years ago or whatever. Shit, I don't know. I didn't give a shit. It was late and I was tired and I went to bed. I told Nina, the hell with it, baby. We'll worry about it tomorrow. I went to sleep. I didn't care. It's fine. But Nina was upset, though. She didn't like that, especially the threatening part at the end where it's like, I found out you've been sleeping with my husband. Not funny, you're gonna pay. So Nina didn't sleep a wink all damn night. She's going through all of her sexual history. Who the hell could it have been? So we wake up the next day and she's still worried about it. I'm trying to, calm her because she's scared, because they also threatened her. You're going to pay. I'm trying to tell Nina, no, she's not going to do anything. She's probably drunk, pissed off. She dialed you late at night. Don't worry. I'm just trying to calm Nina, So Nina's like, should I call the number back? I'm like, fuck yeah, just call the number back, So Nina calls the number back. And it goes to voicemail, an automatic, one of those automated voicemails. So Nina leaves this long message saying, hey, this is Nina. I'm very concerned about what you said to me. I'm paraphrasing, obviously. I'm very concerned about what you said to me. I called my attorney because, she can't have threats, man, Called my attorney. I'm not sure what to do about this. Please call me back. I think you have the wrong number or the wrong person. Hangs up. So then about 10 minutes go by and that person calls back. Nina answers it and they don't say anything. They just sit there. Dead silence. And then they hang up on Nina real quick. I'm like, what the hell? So then Nina's like, should I call them back? I'm like, nah, see if they call you back. They call back about 20 minutes later. And on the other end of the line is a crying young woman. And she's got this real young sounding voice. And she tells Nina, she's like, I'm so sorry. Me and my friends were just prank calling people last night. I'm only like 16 years old. We were just doing a bit. Please don't call your attorney. Because here's the thing. Nina also searched that phone number and found the name of the person that belonged to that number. It was a dude. Turns out the number was in this young girl's dad's name. These were 3 teenagers cold calling rando numbers, and Nina has her name in her voicemail. So they called Nina's number randomly, and then Nina's voicemail says, hey, it's Nina, leave a message. And so they knew her name. That's why the chick's like, I just found out you've been sleeping with my husband. Dude. Then
That's
this girl's
why
like,
you
this girl's crying.
Never leave a personal voicemail. Always let the little computer
Correct.
do it. Always.
Ding, 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 ding. Correct.
Because then they got you.
That's right. And I don't know if Nina's changed it or not. Nina, her name's on it because a lot of people call her that, are potential clients and people that want to do business and stuff. But man, not mine. Mine's automated too, dude. Mine's like, please leave a message. This number, whatever. So it's these 3. So the first chick that calls, she's crying so heavily she can't even talk. Like then her sister grabs the phone. Nina, we're so sorry. We were just having fun. We're just stupid teenagers. Okay, we're stupid teenagers. You weren't stupid teenagers last night when you were big shit prank calling folks. Mm-hmm. Now all of a sudden your ass got popped and you got busted. You got busted. And now all of a sudden we're just dumb teenagers. Last night you weren't dumb teenagers. Last night you knew everything and you were big shit. Now you're just dumb teenagers. So Nina's like, it's okay. Nina being Nina, she's so sweet. She tells them, hopefully you learned a lesson. Don't do this to people. What if I had a husband who was super jealous and was a crazy person? Nina works for the Kendall County Women's Shelter in Bernie. She works with victims of domestic assault. What if you guys had called somebody who happened to have a real super jealous husband who didn't believe that this was a prank? So don't do this again. We're so sorry. We'll never do it again. We're so sorry. It's pretty fun. I was pissed off at first, but I cooled off and whatever. So whatever. It was ridiculous. It was funny that those girls felt so bad. I shit you not, dude. Then all of a sudden, Nina get the text message from another number, and it's these girls' dad. So sorry. I've spent all morning talking to my daughters. They'll never do this again. They were scared we were going to call the popo and get our attorneys involved and all this kind of thing. And we didn't do that. And Nina really wasn't going to get her attorney involved. We would have had we had to. That had been something for real. But We were fine. We talked it out with the husband. So there's a lesson, kids. You know, I used to prank call people all the time back when I was a kid. You just can't do that shit anymore. Everyone's got your number. It's dumb to do, and you never know.
As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run. And so that'll make it a 4-0 ball game. I don't know if I'm going to be putting on this headset again.
Full-blown Durham Bulls, bitches. Full-blown. Boy, we hit the bull on that one. That some bitch went high, way out to right field and gone. When we go
What
Durham
the hell
Bulls,
just
we go
happened
Durham
there?
Bulls.
Where did you go?
So I
Did you
got a
run out of battery?
No, I got a message on my phone. A big giant red temperature sign showed up and said, "Phone too hot, try again." It shut off because it got too hot.
Oh,
It was
maybe I should have had you move out of the sun there, because I think the sun was shining right at the camera lens.
I blame you.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
I asked LG 5 minutes before that, "You think I'm getting too hot here? Is the sun too bright?" And he said no. So it's all his fault.
You know, I didn't know your phone was going to overheat. The sun flare looked kind of cool. It was, it looked kind of cool.
Well, I'll go back and look at the show when we're done and figure it out. God almighty. All right, Taylor Trash. So anyway, kids, don't prank call people in 2K23, and don't put your name on your voicemail. There it is. Taylor Trash brought to you by R&R Auto Glass. I know we said we'd do a make good, but I don't want to. I love Miss Janet. R&R Auto Glass is the place to go to get your glass fixed in a car. She can't do anything about your phone, but she can fix your glass quick. She and the boys over there, right there by the airport at 281 in Tacoma, right there by the airport, and they'll fix that thing quick and give you a Taylor discount when you mention me. It's the only place to get your glass fixed in your vehicle. It is R&R Auto Glass. All right, today's show also brought to you by Hank the Realtor from Vortex Realty. Hit up Hank at 300-1121. Let him run comps on your property for absolutely free, and he'll get back to you and let you know what your place is worth. This place I'm at here now probably ain't worth shit, but at your house is probably worth a lot. So let Hank tell you what it's worth. Use the equity in your house. Take advantage of this crazy housing market we got right now in this world. It is Hank Perez, the official real estate agent of Thunderdome. If you need yourself a real estate agent, oh,
his name is Hank.
All right. You want to go to lunch with me real quick, LG?
Where are you going to lunch at? In an abandoned private building?
Yeah.
Where the hell are you now?
I'm going to go rob a homeless guy. I'm going to go steal a homeless guy's lunch.
Oh, yeah. Are you going to vlog?
Yeah, we'll vlog until I get kicked out.
Let's see. Mike Taylor vlogs. Right. Let's go. Here we go.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. Mike Taylor vlogs from Kylo. Just keep it on my head like this?
Yeah, that is it. That's the style.
I feel like a young dumbass.
Yeah,
I feel like one of those stupid influencers. Okay. Oh, you smell that? I just walked past some dudes smoking dope. That smelled good. So this is I was gonna say something, but they gave me that look. You know, these are local dudes, and they would if they thought I was filming them smoking pot, they would have whipped my ass quick. Just a little shopping strip here in this little town I'm in. It's called Kailua. I came up here today to drop my kids off at school before we did this show, if that's what you want to call it. So now we're going to walk and get something to eat before I let you go. Oh, the Red Cross is here taking donations from Maui. That's been all that. No. On a serious tip, everywhere you go this week, it's been okay, dude. God Almighty, everywhere you go, there's stuff like that taking donations for victims of the fires in Maui. And it's crazy because I'm not really focused on it this week because it's awful. But like 50 miles away from where I am on the next island, there's literally people that were incinerated that they'll never probably find the remains of. Have you seen the latest death toll, LG, in Maui? It's well over 300, I think.
Yeah, last time I saw it was like 250, so I guess it's increased.
Yeah, highly unfortunate. Although I did see yesterday where a number of people have now have like called the authorities and said, hey, I was on the missing list. I'm fine. You know, I left the island, or
I saw that
my
article,
grandma
yeah.
took me in. Yeah, people that were unaccounted for, they were like, whoa, take me off your missing list. I'm good to go. So I did see like over 100 people that were on the missing list have now called the authorities and said, no, I'm good to go, man. I'm good. So can't even imagine the mess, just the disaster that it's only about 50 miles, that island from mine. All right. Sorry to bring the room down here. Let me
are you
switch hands.
going to get like a nice tropical lunch or breakfast or hell, what time is it over there?
So it's 11:45 or so a.m.
So
It's time for lunch, bro.
Yeah, you
Time
can get
for lunch, brother.
nice tropical Mai Tai, a little vodka.
No, I'm not ready to do any drinking yet. Not a Mai Tai. I got a surprise for you. Hang on, let's see.
All right.
You're gonna like what I'm gonna show you. Let's see.
Really? My cousin loves
This is so stupid. I feel like you got me.
Yeah, you're back.
You got me.
Yeah, we're good.
Oh, what? How God? Let's see. Do they have it here? Surely they do. Looking for poke.
Number 4?
Poke. Poke me long time. Let's see. Where's your poke? Yeah. This is outrageous. Okay, I think I found it. Oh shit, there's a line. I wanted to show you the different poke
like
selections.
It's like a poke shop or something? Like inside the grocery store?
This is a grocery store.
Yeah.
All the grocery stores have tons of poke, like a whole section full.
Yeah, that's the raw fish salad.
Sure, let's call it that. You know, crap, there's a huge long line, dude.
Everybody's looking at you. It's hilarious.
I feel like a dumbass. I hate influencers.
Oh, and I'm playing out loud too, right? Oh, that's great. Hold
yeah,
on
you are. Yeah, they can hear you. Dude, this is only kind of America where I'm at right now. This is only sort of America. And I'm rolling in here without permission. See all the people in line over there?
Yeah, that's for poke.
They're waiting to get poke, and if I go over there and just start rolling on it like a douche, they're gonna get pissed at me for cutting.
Yeah, you should probably. All right, you probably invaded enough people's privacy for today.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what, I'll roll on it. I'll send you some video later.
Roll
about
on
tomorrow
the food.
when I'm home?
Show me the food. You're gonna get some poke right now, or are you just
I'm gonna get
coming in
line.
here for a bit? Okay. If you do get some, roll on you opening up the little
I'm sorry. That was failed. I didn't anticipate the line being that long. Jeez.
You can't do the Walmart bit anymore. You get embarrassed now.
Well, that was because we set that up and I had help that time.
All right.
And we didn't invade. We didn't cut in any lines.
Those
I just
poor
went and got
people in
beer.
there. They probably think you're gonna like prank them or something. You got a backpack.
Yeah, they think I'm a total dude.
You're gonna do some Jay
like
kind of funny
too.
shit and walk up behind them and like tickle their ear.
Yeah, I do feel pretty stupid. You know what? To make up for it, how about I go outside and give a Cheehoo? You know what a Cheehoo is?
No.
A Cheehoo is what the Hawaiians do. It's their grito.
Oh,
You've heard me do this before, surely, right?
Like this?
No, dude, I think that might be a different country. A Cheehoo is when Hawaiians get super excited about something. It's their grito. It's rather than going, ay, 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 they go, Cheehoo. Ready? Cheehoo! That's how you do it. Yeah, I've mastered that. That's pretty good for a Texas boy.
It's kind of like Yahoo, but
yeah,
Cheehoo.
It's Cheehoo. Yeah.
Okay,
Did you not see the movie Moana?
No, I haven't seen that movie.
You know what a Cheehoo was if you'd seen Moana.
Yeah, never watched it.
Well, that was failed. I'm gonna roll on poke, and we'll do a bit tomorrow when I get home. I'm uncomfortable. All right, love y'all hard. Wow, we hit the bull twice today. Full-blown Durham Bulls, bitches. I see you boys for people I want to punch on Wednesday. Thank God, back at the studio tomorrow. I'm out. I'm going to eat and go to the airport. Love y'all hard. Later. Cheehoo! God. Oh, come back, you puppy!
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.
This is a Bronx bound